A laptop that can do everything. Gaming, check. Content creation, check. Productivity, check. AI, double check. Brew the perfect cup of coffee? Okay, maybe that's not on the list, but it would be cool. Not only can this laptop do all of those things, minus the coffee, but it's lightweight, power efficient, and it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. This is the Prestige 16 AI Evo from MSI, and it's about to be meteorically popular, but let's tell you why. What's up, guys? Justin Robey, aka RobeyTech here, and I am here in Newegg Studios with two of my favorite people.
Hi, I'm Alejandro Hoyos. I'm a tech evangelist for Intel, and I'm an enthusiast for all technology stuff.
And then, of course, my new best friend, Eugene. How are you?
Good. My name is Eugene Kuo. I am the non-gaming product manager over at MSI and with this lovely new laptop.
Awesome. Okay, well, enough about this stuff. I just want to talk about this toy right here. Let's go ahead and go. What is it?
This is the Prestige 16 AI Evo, equipped with Meteor Lake CPU.
Holy crap, this is light, dude. When you guys thought about designing this, like first and foremost, these laptops, you didn't think of this like 2 weeks ago. This takes a while to kind of come up and design.
So when we started with this product idea, before you had to compromise somewhere,
Yep.
right? And now with technology advancing, with Meteor Lake launching, you don't need a compromise. We were able to build a thin and light chassis. You could have peak performance. You could have a dedicated GPU. You can have a beautiful screen. You can have a big battery to keep that screen going, right? All of it, all in one package. We want users to be able to take this laptop and do whatever they wanted to do, whether it's multitasking, productivity, content creation. If you want to do gaming on the side, you can do that with this laptop.
There is no product segmentation. This is literally for anyone. It's like having a blank palette that just allows you to just go and say, you know, with my canvas, I can do this or this or this. Like, so college student going into enterprise, work person who's also a side gamer, that person who may become a closet YouTuber, you know, like myself, you know. You know, all of those opportunities are here with this laptop. Now, one of the things that I want to hit on, and especially with you, Alex, is what is it about Meteor Lake and the Core Ultra lineup of mobile processors that allows companies like MSI to be able to do that? Like, what's different about this architecture that wasn't in previous architectures?
So one of the cool things about this architecture for Meteor Lake is that we have moved from a monolithic die, which is just one whole, you know, little die,
Yep.
to a multi-tile die. So what we have is different little pieces that come together through a special packaging called Foveros, and they all tie together. You have this massive battery, but you also have this processor that has been optimized for power savings. And those tiles you can turn on and off depending on what you're doing, and that's why you have so much power savings throughout the whole day, so that battery will last longer.
It is equipped with a 99.9 watt-hour battery, which is the largest battery that you can legally take on to an airplane.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a place where you use these things.
Exactly, and if you're traveling, right, and you can get up to 16 hours of battery life with this laptop, especially with the Meteor Lake efficiency. This is really the all-day computing laptop.
And that's the thing that's super cool about the tilets. Like, so let's just talk about one example. Like, for instance, when you're using the OLED screen, which is now on this laptop, the cool thing is that a lot of times with the monolithic die, you were using the entire CPU.
Yes.
But now what this does is this actually has areas onside the tilets that actually turn other parts off. So you're being super efficient. So that battery is going further because it's only using the encoding decoding engine that's on top of the chip, right? And that's it.
Exactly.
Right? And then everything else, it's just sipping. It's just like, oh, this is all I need. That's it. That's everything.
Just a little.
And I'm good. I'm good. There's a lot of new stuff that you guys have enabled with Meteor Lake, right? Like with HDMI 2.1, DisplayPort 1.4, but this has more than that, right? Like, so what do you have from a connectivity standpoint?
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that it was thin and light, but had all the connectivity features available, right? We don't want to compromise.
Yep.
So you have two Thunderbolt 4 ports. You have a full-size SD card, which for those content creators,
it's
full
actually
size.
super
big.
It's not a micro SD, it's a full size. You have also a Kensington lock on the side,
Very useful.
right? And then you also have Wi-Fi 7. There is also a full-size RJ45 Ethernet port. They want to be hardwired in.
Yep.
So we have that option available for them.
So let's talk about the software that's powering this as well,
Sure.
because there's more than just what we have on the outside.
Yeah, so a big push for the future is going to be AI.
Yep.
And so we wanted to dedicate, especially with Meteor Lake and Core Ultra, we wanted to make sure that we had AI features built into the laptop. The first thing is AI Engine. So we have a software built in that optimizes the laptop in terms of performance, in terms of the display, in terms of the audio and microphone. It just makes everything more efficient based off of what you're doing. So you can choose in the software what specifically you want the AI to optimize, right? So if you don't want it to optimize, for instance, performance, you only want it to optimize the display, you can do that, right? It's all customizable. Once you've set up how you want, it'll automatically adjust the settings, the performance, any parameters, and then whatever you're doing, change it to make it as efficient and most memorable experience as possible.
And this is all stuff that you guys are just starting to unlock the potential of this new NPU and the neural processing unit that's built into Meteor Lake.
We also have, this is also built into some of the other hardware features that we have. So if you can see, there's 2 microphones on top, and then 1 microphone right here close to the touchpad. And so what that allows is for what we call spatial array audio. And so it can capture omnidirectional audio. And then there's also AI Noise Cancellation Pro. So it'll reduce all of the background noise that you have if you're in a noisy environment and take that all out of your audio signal, and it'll make sure that you have crystal clear audio in conferences.
And that's, I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, so all this is running on the NPU, which is the neural processing unit.
Which most of the time when you're talking about running AI, that's been in the cloud.
Exactly.
So you actually have we have untapped opportunities here, right? Like that's a thing, like this is, we don't know what this can do. What is it about, having a Meteor Lake laptop that people should get excited about, right?
Yeah.
Like what is it that's gonna be different about this platform? We talked already a little bit about some of the applets and stuff that you can see in the future. What else do we got?
So a couple of things that make this very interesting for everybody out there is, of course, we designed this with power in mind. The whole architecture, the whole way of all the different tiles that we have in there, all that is towards power saving. That translates to like, hey, I can take this laptop and use it for 16 hours in the plane. Not only that, but I can actually watch videos. So that is one thing. The second thing is bringing AI to the PC client space, right? This is something that we're starting to shift from the cloud to the PC and open new doors for developers to create new applications. So for this PC, for the new things that will come out, I think this will be great. The other thing that we have here, this is the first time that we have art graphics built into the processor. We have art graphics discrete cards, but now we took all that technology, all those learnings and everything and put it in here. That also means that it comes with a ray tracing, comes with a XE super sampling, and it actually here it can actually do a playback of 8K at 60 frames per second, which is huge. You can actually now do AV1 encode and decode.
Yeah, which is actually pretty huge. Yeah,
it's a big thing.
In Intel Arc, I mean specifically with the driver updates you guys have done and everything else, there's a lot of power that you may not need the NVIDIA solution in this case, right? It may be like with ray tracing, modern gaming, all that sort of stuff, and especially with the power of XeSS, what you need from a GPU standpoint ends up being a far less. So it's one of those things that as you're looking at Newegg, as you're looking at this, right? If you find yourself as like, you're wanting to save some money and not necessarily have to pay that little bit of NVIDIA tax, the Intel Arc version, will probably do more than you expect, and you can't think about integrated graphics in the way that you have in the past anymore.
So we have the CPU, the GPU, and the NPU. And the NPU is completely brand new, and that's for things like what we were talking earlier, which is the microphone, blurring background, all those different things that can operate, but still operate at a low power and conserve that battery life.
And that's the other part of this that, I don't think anybody's thought of is like if you were able to pick something up, there's also the ability to go and develop and be on the bleeding edge with potentially a new technology that people haven't had access to until this point. You guys talk about the materials and stuff that you use to actually make this laptop.
This laptop, including the rest of our laptops, go through military grade testing, and we make sure that everything that we put onto this laptop can endure a certain level of torture testing, right?
Okay.
So heat, physical movements, and drop testings, and we just ensure that it can take a beating basically. And especially, laptops are primarily made to be on the go, so it can't be delicate or fragile. This specific model is actually made with magnesium aluminum alloy chassis. And so what that does is it allows the laptop to be thin, light, and durable.
It's so light to the size. It's amazing. Actually, we were talking about here before we started shooting with everybody with the crew is like, oh my God, this is so light. it's incredible. I really like it.
Let's talk about the security on this laptop, because there's a lot that you guys have done to make this more secure as a platform, and then even from a physical standpoint as well.
So we do have the standard security features, right? We have a dedicated TPM 2.0 chip.
Yep.
So a lot of enterprise require that TPM.
Yep.
Then we have IR camera, so you can use facial recognition for login with Windows Hello. We have a physical webcam shutter on the top. You can see right here. So it'll actually block out the webcam.
And there you go, it's on
you go,
and
on,
off.
off.
Look at
Yep.
that. It's so
Easy,
simple. Even
right?
I can do it.
Yeah. What's really cool is we have partnered with Tobii, and we have a feature called Tobii Aware.
Right.
And so there is a proximity sensor on the top, along with the rest of the cameras. Tobii Aware will use that proximity sensor to see if there's anyone around you or behind you, and on the screen it'll give you visual cues to let you know, hey, someone's on to your left, someone's on to your right, or it can even blur the screen out for you automatically if it detects that. So in terms of security, this has a lot of different security features.
Dude, this is going to provide a sense of a peace of mind.
Yep.
So it's one thing like Eugene, and Eugene, we love you, but we also know that you work for MSI. But the thing is it's one thing when MSI says, hey, this is a good laptop, but when you see that Intel Evo seal of quality almost, it also means that, hey, not only has MSI verified that, but Intel has as well.
Yep,
and it has come back, and now what you're seeing is that you have two companies that said, yes, I'm willing to put my name on this, and it's willing to have that cool little badge that says that this is going to have a good experience. And guys, I'll just tell you, anytime you're shopping for a laptop, whether it's like across the board, Intel Evo is just a great place to start.
Yeah, I think for people who may not be as tech savvy as us, you know, if you see that Intel Evo badge of approval, you know that you're gonna have a good experience regardless of which model you end up buying, right? That's why we have Evo certifications. This will be a good laptop. You know, you can buy it on Newegg.